Hi guys, it's Sarah from Our Kinda Crazy, and today I'm going to be talking about the first 5 things you should do once you get engaged. Congratulations, beautiful bride-to-be. This is such an exciting time in your life. You found the love of your life and you're committing to forever with them. Now, this can be one of the most stressful seasons of your life, or it could be a really fun time in your life. We see time and time again brides going on these Facebook groups and saying, hey, I got engaged 2 hours ago. How do I start planning? Or I got engaged last night. What do I do? Girl, take a breath. You just got engaged. And when you get engaged, you're committing to a lifetime with your partner forever. The wedding day is one day or a weekend if you tend to extend it. But the thing is, the engagement and your wedding is all about the two of you getting married. It's not necessarily about the wedding. And too many girls jump 100 miles an hour for wedding planning. But here's the thing, the engagement is about you and your fiance. So first off, you need to take time to enjoy the time with your new fiance. So that's our first time. You need to enjoy the time with your fiance. Take out some alone time, enjoy each other, and the moments that are gonna come after. You need to start prioritizing your relationship, especially during this wedding season. If you don't already have a date night, I suggest you set a date night. It doesn't have to be the same night every single week. We understand how schedules get, but make sure there's one time throughout the week that it's just you and him. There's no technology. You're not watching television. It's just connection between the two of you. One of Bart and my favorite routines is that when we eat dinner together, we turn off all cell phones. We don't watch television, and we just kind of have time to talk about our days and chat about conversations we want to have while we eat dinner. Every once in a while we'll watch TV, but this is a time that I cherish. This is time that is just him and I, and we get to enjoy each other and have some good conversation. So I suggest you put something together that makes it that you two can connect. Put those phones away. It's all about the two of you. And definitely throughout this wedding planning season, you're going to want to make sure that you guys prioritize your relationship. Wedding planning can be super stressful, especially when you're not quite on the same page. You know, the bride likes to plan, the groom doesn't care, vice versa, that happens too. But be sure that your partner is number one, not wedding planning. So make sure there's still time together that's not about wedding planning, but you obviously can start wedding planning together. But number one, after you get engaged, take time out with just you and your fiance. So right after you get engaged and you announce it to all your family and friends, almost guaranteed, you're going to have questions come flying at you. When is the wedding? Where is the wedding? Am I invited? Can I be a bridesmaid? You do not have to know these answers, and you don't have to give them any answers. It might be stressful when they first start coming, and even though I knew all this stuff and I knew this was going to happen, I still got a little antsy. When I got all these questions, I started going, I don't know, Bart, when are we doing it? What should we do? And I started kind of freaking out about the wedding planning. But Bart kind of calmed me down and he's like, listen, we're going to figure it out. And I realized I don't need to know these answers right now. The number one annoyance to me is that people tend to act like you have no time to wedding plan. Oh, you're getting married in 6 months. There's no way you can do it. You only have a year. It gets super frustrating. And I'm here to tell you, you can plan a great wedding in 6 months or less. Bart and I are doing that. I mean, we've been engaged for almost a year and a half, but we ended up planning in just the 6 months, and it's possible. Don't let anyone push you. Don't let anyone rush you or make you feel like you don't have time. It is possible to put together a beautiful wedding in the time frame that you want to do it. Number 2, celebrate. This is so exciting. You're a new bride-to-be. You're a fiance now, a future missus, and this is such a great time. You need to go out and celebrate, whether that be you and him going out on a trip, you getting all your best girlfriends together and having a girls' night, getting both of your friends together and having a night out. Another fun way to celebrate is to get a bridal subscription box. I've done a couple unboxing videos that you can check out. Well, I reviewed some, and I'll tell you my favorite. We'll link it so you can check it out. But go ahead and start getting some fun gifts and celebrate your new status. Number 3, after you get engaged and you've celebrated and you've enjoyed the time with your fiance, now you can sit down and talk about your musts. Now remember, your musts are not wedding details. Don't get into details. But the musts are going to be things like, are you even going to have a wedding? Are you going to have a big wedding or a small wedding? Is it just going to be your family that's invited, or are you going to invite everyone you know? You're also going to want to figure out kind of a time frame. Are you guys waiting till someone graduates college? Are you waiting till someone moves to a different state? Are you going to want a quick engagement, or are you going to want a longer engagement? Are you going to want the big lavish weddings that's going to take a while to plan? Figure out your musts, not details, just things that you have to have, and then you can start from there. Number 4, gather your girls. This was one of my favorites. I got to gather my bridesmaids, and it's really good to have them together when you start this wedding planning. If you're a little weary about your bridesmaids, you're not quite sure who you're going to pick or what you should do, or maybe you don't have close girlfriends, gather a team that can help you with this wedding planning, whether that be your mom, your mother-in-law, sisters, best friends, anyone who you think will be good to be your support system when it's time for the wedding planning. You're going to want to have these people together so that you can rely on them, they can help you, and it's just such a fun time to have people together to help through this stressful wedding planning. I was able to ask my bridesmaids, who are actually my 4 sisters, and it was such a fun time. I did a cute little bridesmaid proposal box that I blogged about. We'll link below. And it was seriously one of my favorite parts of the beginning stages of the wedding planning. And number 5, prepare for wedding planning takeoff. Like I said, this can be a crazy, stressful time in your life, or it could be super fun. It's kind of up to you. And the main things to remember that while you're planning this wedding, the ceremony, the reception, it is all about you and your fiance. Do not try to please everybody. It's not a competition. You want to have the wedding that is personal to both you and your fiance. You want to put those little details that are just you guys. It doesn't have to be the elaborate sit-down dinner in the ballroom unless you love that. Make it about you. Don't let people push on things that you don't want. And with all these questions, don't worry about having to please people. This wedding is about you and your fiance, and at the end of the day, you're marrying your future husband, and that is the best part. That is why everyone's here. That's all about the wedding planning, and that's the reason that you're doing a wedding. So just to recap, number 1, enjoy the time with your fiance. Number 2, celebrate. Number 3, figure out your musts. Number 4, gather your girls or your team. And number 5, prepare for wedding takeoff. And remember, this wedding is all about you and your fiance. Thanks for tuning in. If you like these wedding videos, go ahead and leave us a comment below. Subscribe so you get a notification for when we put out new stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.